Good morning. Today we're going to be exploring the use, but most of all the safety of the water here in Mexico, kind of the do's and don'ts. So let's just ask that question. Should you drink the tap water in Mexico? So let's get into it right now. Hi, I'm your host, Jim Griffith, and this is Get to Know Mexico. We produce videos designed to make your time here in Mexico much more pleasant. We talk about real basic things that you should know prior to visiting, or even moving here for that matter. So, we'll always run a little thread of culture through each conversation. If this is your first time with us, let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Then, like us. To keep up with the latest videos, subscribe. Just hit that little bell down there. Right now we're going to be looking at the source, the condition, but most of all the safety of the drinking water here in Mexico. What we want to do is keep you safe, really safe from it. So, vamos a ver. Water covers approximately 71% of the Earth's surface, making water a really big subject. But we're not going to go there. We're just going to break it down to just what you need to know to keep you and your family safe while living, retiring, or visiting Mexico. Let's start with, where does Mexico get its water? 63% of Mexico's water comes from surface sources, such as lakes, rivers, and reservoirs. The remaining 37% is extracted from aquifers. Although municipalities make an effort to supply their residents with clean, clear water, there are still issues with the trip it takes to get to you. For example, underground pipes are old and failing. They're contaminated. This is a cistern. It's filled with potable water from the city lines. The float controls the amount of water in the cistern, much like that in your toilet tank or a sump pump in your basement or crawl space. The tank on the top of the roof has a similar setup. When the tank on the roof supply gets lower than the float, the pump kicks on and pumps more water from the cistern to the roof. The city water will again fill the cistern at a scheduled time. If you're just visiting for a short time, like a vacation or work or something like that, don't worry, because the hotels will generally have some source of drinking water for you that's safe. But other than that, my advice to you is don't drink the water. Let me repeat that. Don't drink the tap water. Look here, we found this sign posted in a hotel room recently. Usually there are no signs warning you not to drink the water. However, there will be some source there for you to get drinkable water. Most short-time visitors use bottled water, even to brush their teeth with sometimes. We don't do it for cooking or anything like that ourselves, but that's an individual choice. Now, things like washing clothes, showering, that should not become an issue with the city water. But when it comes to consuming water in your food or drinks, the tap water is not recommended. Most Mexicans will tell you, do not drink the tap water. They too will use bottled water and other sources. So you shouldn't be concerned that the restaurant will serve you bad water or bad ice, because they too keep it very clean. Okay, if you're planning to retire here, move here, or just a longer stay, there's some things you'll need to know to keep safe with the water. So let's get to that right now. Finding the best water supply for your situation will be up to the individual or quite possibly the management of the place you're staying at. One of the safest ways to obtain safe drinking water is to have an under-sink filtration system or a whole house filtration system installed. Now these can be rather labor intensive and expensive, but it's nice not to worry about anything other than changing the filter. Most homes and apartments don't have these sophisticated water purification systems. The most popular method of obtaining clean water is to have the 20-liter jugs delivered to your residence. You can also find these 5-gallon plus jugs at groceries and convenience stores. But remember, these jugs weigh about 50 pounds, and the cost of the 20-liter jug delivered to your residence will be about 30 pesos or $1.50. Oh hey, while I'm thinking about it, check out our video on pesos versus dollars. This will explain an easiest way to convert pesos to dollars in your head. I'll put a link below this video. You don't want to miss it. From our third floor apartment, sometimes it's difficult for the water delivery truck to hear us yelling "Agua." So we simply hook our empty bottle outside to a security post. The delivery truck driver sees it and brings us a full one. This guy carries 1 or 2 jugs at a time up 3 flights of stairs. So you'll want to tip this person. Just an interesting side note here. In the Mexican culture, if someone shouts at you, "Aguas," or "Aguas, aguas," that means a warning to be on the lookout. There is potential danger. Boiling tap water, of course, is one way to treat contaminated water. But I've also heard of unsatisfactory results in other parts of the country, where a film surfaces after it's boiled, and this causes a concern. Where we live, we have no problem cooking with tap water. We use it for oatmeal, rice, beans, whatever. We also clean fruits and vegetables with tap water along with a produce cleaner. Now the produce cleaner also purifies the water in which we soak the produce. Of course, these 20-liter jugs can be a little bit hard to handle whenever you need like just a glass of water or so. There are different water storage units to ease the task of pouring water from these 5-gallon jugs. One is an electric water dispenser. They're available, they're costly, and you still have to turn the jug upside down. Also available, and I think these are the most popular, are dispensers that allow you to tip the jug. This lets you dispense water more quickly than spigots and pumps. Trucks are also used to deliver potable and non-potable water, like this one being used to fill a cooling pool. Trucks like these are used to transport water that is not potable to businesses. These are businesses that use large amounts of water for things other than human consumption. There are also other trucks that will carry potable water for human use, and they will be clearly labeled as potable water. Another thing to think about is doing dishes. Washing dishes by hand in Mexico is a bit of a change because many houses and apartments, they don't have hot water at the kitchen sink. We use tap water to do our dishes, and most traditional Mexican homes use tap water as well. This has never been a problem for us, but I do understand how many may be leery of this method. So, you may want to boil water to wash and rinse your dishes. Should you become ill from some dreaded stomach bug while here in Mexico, make sure to seek medical attention early. Most of the time, these little bugs go away in a day or two. They're just caused by a bacteria or something. But there's also a chance of this problem being parasites, and this will require special medication. While all of this may sound really too big to manage, be at ease. Don't worry. Once you establish a method and safe practices, it will come naturally for you. Then, enjoy every minute of your time in this beautiful country. Well, that's it for today. If this video helped clear up any water worries for you here in Mexico, tell us your thoughts and, of course, subscribe, like us, and we'll see you next time on
Get to know Mexico.